Hello and thanks for taking a look at my video. Today we're going to be parting out, complete teardown of the ACER Iconia 1-8 model B1-850 or A6001. I'm going to start by removing the back battery cover. I'm going to loosen it up, get a pry tool in there, and slowly work my way around the perimeter of the tablet, removing that back cover. With the back cover off, I now have access to all the internal components of this tablet. I'll first start by disconnecting the battery terminal from the motherboard. Now I'm going to be completely parting this out, so I'm going to go ahead and remove this black tape it's holding down the cables and the cable connections. As I start to remove this tape, I'm going to want to hold down the flex cables with my finger to make sure that they don't tear up, I don't rip them or damage them in any way as I'm pulling this tape off. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the cable clamps so I can remove these flex cables. I'm going to remove this signal wire here from the board. I'm just going to pull that out, but at the same time I'm holding the plug so as not to damage it at the board. I'm going to go ahead and remove the battery now. The battery is held in place by two strips of adhesive. Basically I'm going to use a pry tool. See if you can take a look at that down in there. I'm going to use a pry tool and slowly work my way along the adhesive, breaking it from the battery. I'm going to take my time, just go slow at it. Don't want to damage the battery during the removal process. The battery's out. It's still in good condition, didn't damage it during the removal. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the volume power button flex cable here from the motherboard, and I'm going to work on removing the motherboard now. I'm going to use a small Phillips screwdriver. Well, the board should just lift on out once you've removed all the screws. You can get this tape off right here. I forgot a screw that's underneath this void sticker right here. I'm just going to do that first before trying to remove the board. So with that out, hopefully now the board will lift on out. Getting a little bit of resistance, looks like, from the rear facing camera. There's going to be some adhesive underneath there. I'm just going to pry that loose. Slipping in between the adhesive and the heatsink there. I want to go ahead and remove the front and rear camera assembly. Front camera isn't held on by any adhesive. Just fold it over the board there. There's a little bit of adhesive sticking the cable coming off that rear camera to the board there. I'm going to remove this signal flex cable. What I'm doing is putting a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on my pry tool and just slowly working that up. That out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and remove the screws from this frame here so I can access the LCD, which is also removable. So there's no adhesive holding the LCD in place. It was being held in by the screws, and it will just lift right up very easily. Power and volume buttons just pop right out. There's a little rivet there, but those slide over them. Need to get those out or replace those for any reason. And the loudspeaker looks like it is attached to this rear cover, so I'm going to get my pry tool into the side of that and it'll just pop right out. Well, that's it. This ACER tablet has been parted out. I hope this was of some assistance to you if you're doing some repairs today. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Thanks for viewing.